guys, welcome back. I am Carly and I'm the owner and designer of Carly's Creations, and today we're coming at you with a very fun striped tumbler. We're using one of our newest colors called Coastal Fog, and it's a beautiful deep gray with like a very slight green undertone. It's just stunning. So we're going to use that with I Smell Snow, and then we're going to combine those two glitters to make a third color. Add a pop of sunflower, and we got a beautiful cup. It even sold before I even got it on the site. So I hope you guys enjoy this. As always, let me know below if you have any questions or comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I love to have you around. Join us over at Carly's Creations, Tumblers, and more if you're on Facebook. We do lots of fun giveaways, sneak peeks on new products. I put out custom group exclusive codes, and we just have a really awesome group. So come join us on Facebook, and in the meantime, let's get started. Alright, so we have our 20-ounce prepped and sanded Skinny Hog tumbler from Stainless Steel Depot, and I'm going to use frog painting tape, and you'll see some epoxy got on my tape from another project, so some of the pieces don't come out the way that I want, but we're going to work with it. So we're going to take the very first piece and we're going to go up to the very top rim of the cup and just align it at the very top there, not overlapping. And then you're just going to keep it even going all the way around until you have that full top covered. Alright, so we have the first strip down, and so we're going to do the same exact thing, and we're going to get another strip of tape and we're going to go right up against this top one here. Just make sure it's all pressed down, that way glitter doesn't seep through. And we're just going to do this all the way down the tumbler until we have the whole thing covered with tape. And I'm going to speed up this next process here just for time's sake, and then we'll be ready for glitter. Alright, so we have I Smell Snow, which is our white glitter. This is my go-to white glitter, and our new color, Coastal Fog. So we're going to do a pattern here, and I'm going to start with the very top, and I'm going to do 2 coats of each color of the glitter. So I just filmed the 1 coat, just again, time's sake. So we're going to start with our white, and I am going to use Mod Podge for this. And so we're just going to cover our top here with Mod Podge. We're going to put our glitter on, and then we're going to go down 2 stripes, and we're going to do the same exact thing for our white. And like I said, we're going to do 2 coats of each color, and then once this white here is dry, we're going to move to our next color. Okay, so we're ready for our next color. We're gonna get a little bit of the coastal fog and mix it in with our I Smell Snow. And start off with a little bit less than more. You can always add more if you want. I didn't want it too dark because I wanted just kind of a nice blend between the two. And this is what we're gonna use for our second color here. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing and repeat the process. We're gonna use the mixed one under the white. So it's gonna be white, mixed, and then solid. And we're just gonna very carefully pull this tape up. I'm gonna use Mod Podge, do 2 coats, the same thing I did with the white. And the only difference here is you're just gonna wanna have to very carefully go up against that white or whatever color that you're using with the Mod Podge just to not mix those colors. Otherwise, same exact steps. Okay, we're almost there. So our last and final color is going to be just the solid coastal fog. So again, same thing, take your tape off, put your Mod Podge on, just careful not to mix your colors, 2 coats of the color, and then once your Mod Podge and all of your glitter has completely dried, I wait probably at least an hour, and I just want to make sure that's 110% dry. I'm going to take my Rust-Oleum 2x Ultra Clear and go outside and spray this bad boy down, because we don't want those colors to move around when we go to our next step, which is epoxy. So I ended up doing 3 coats. I let it dry in between of the Rust-Oleum, just for peace of mind, to make sure that those colors were not going anywhere. Woo woo, epoxy time. So we are all dry, we are all sealed and ready for epoxy. So I already have it mixed up here. And you'll notice I'm gonna go kind of side to side versus up and down. Just as sealed as this glitter is, just another extra precaution from getting those colors to mix. So we're just gonna do the whole cup, let it dry. I'm gonna let this one dry overnight and then we are ready for our next step. Okay, so while that's curing, we're gonna go ahead and get our images ready. And this is the sunflower that we're gonna go ahead and use. So I'm just gonna kind of quickly take you through this process. We're gonna turn on our registration marks here, and then you're just gonna size down the sunflower to the size that you want. I ended up going back and resizing it just a little bit smaller, but just whatever your preference is here. From there, you can right click, hit duplicate, and it will pop up another sunflower. So that way you know that they're all the exact same size and you're not trying to match the sizes, things like that. So we're just gonna make sure that we fill up this whole paper here. I'm not gonna use all of them, but we're obviously not gonna waste any paper. Okay, so mine will automatically put in those cut lines, but in case your image does not do that, this is what you'll need to do. You'll go into your trace bar, which is the little butterfly icon on the right hand side. You're gonna click trace, highlight your image, and then you may or may not need to up the threshold on that. You'll click outline and trace outer edge. And what that's gonna do is just trace the outline of your image. So after you print it and you go to cut it, it's not going to cut anywhere inside your image, or it shouldn't anyways. So mine are automatically set up for that, and you'll see the red lines there is where your machine is going to cut. So I didn't have to do this on mine, but you may or may not have to do it depending on your image. So that way when you go to send it, this is what it should look like. So for me, I'm just going to go ahead and undo that setting there because I don't need it to cut twice on there. Okay, so now we're ready to print. So we're gonna go up to File and down to Print. And I always check my preferences because I'm printing on a sticker paper. I'm going to choose my photo settings, and I will usually choose to have it print on high. Sometimes you can do like the standard or medium. It just kind of depends on your printer and the settings. This is just what I put mine on. It's already loaded in my printer. You're gonna hit print and it will print right out. All right, so the next part we're gonna do is our lines. So you'll see the toolbar over here on the left. You're gonna click the rectangular one, and then I'm gonna just draw out a rectangular kind of a line here. Just kind of pick the thickness. I don't want it too thin, I don't want it too thick. In all reality, I'm kind of just guesstimating here. So I don't have like an exact measurement to give you. It just depends on the cup and how thick you want that line. And we're just going to go ahead and duplicate just the same that you saw me do with the sunflower. And I'm going to create a few different lines to go between our colors here. And I'm just going to cut this out on the Kaale 651 white vinyl. Alright, so here is the lines that we just cut out, and I'm just going to peel one off at a time, and I'm going to put it right in between the colors here. I do make sure that all of my seams are on the one side, so the quote-unquote back side of the tumbler is where all of the seams will be. You can't really see them, and you can place your sunflower over some of those, but I still just make sure that they're all just lined up on the same part. Make it more uniform-like, so to say. So we're just going to line this up, and then I get my X-Acto knife and I very carefully just cut off the excess there. And we're going to do that all the way down the cup. And then what we're going to do is add another layer of epoxy, just another thin coat. Sorry for my head in the way here, I was trying to see what I was doing. And what that layer of epoxy is going to do is make it to where our sunflower doesn't have the little bump from the line underneath, just to make sure it goes on nice and smooth. We're in the home stretch here. Okay, so our tumbler has that last coat of epoxy on it, or not last, second to last. And now we're just gonna go and place the sunflowers. And there's no rhyme or reason. I don't really have designated spots to put them. I'm just going to sporadically put them around the tumbler. And I love the little pop of yellow that it gives this cup. It came out so pretty. And then from there, we'll just add our final layer of epoxy and we're all done. So I hope you guys like this. I love how it came out. I love the different shades of gray with the pop of yellow. It was a really fun tumbler to create. So again, if you have any questions, let me know below. Join us on Facebook, Kaale's Creations, Tumblers, and more. And in the meantime, we'll see you on the next video.